CCC family, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we're going to learn how to do these cute little Easter cinch bags. So they just pull together here at the top, and then they have these going through, and then they have little puffs on the end. I used some Baby Sport yarn and by Bernat, and I doubled it, and I will put all that in the description box below. So yep, that's what we're making. So let's get into the tutorial. So as I mentioned before, I'm using the doubled yarn for the Bernat Baby Sport. So I've just basically made 2 little balls here to start my work with, and you'll need to do that too if you use the same yarn that I'm using. I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook like this, and you will need a pair of scissors and a darning needle. Now that might be, you might call it a crochet needle, but this is what it looks like, and you're going to need that to work in your ends, okay? You also need to know how to do a puff. I will leave a description and video in the link below to show you how to make one if you don't know how, okay? I will briefly explain it just a little bit, but if you need more instructions or you want to get a puff maker, I will put that all below, okay? So let's go ahead and get started making these cute little Easter bags. So the first thing you're going to do is make a magic circle. You also might need a stitch marker, whatever stitch marker you like to use. I use a piece of yarn. Okay. So we'll do our magic circle, and into that magic circle, we're going to put 10 half double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and 10. Okay, then you're just going to pull your magic circle tight. And now you're going to start working in the round. So that means you're not going to be closing this with a slip stitch. You're just going to be going into your next stitch to do your next row. Okay, so I'm just going to cut off a piece of yarn. I'm going to put my stitch marker right here where we just stopped. This last half double crochet that we did. Okay, so now counting back, you can see if you've got the right stitches. You need 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So we know we're going to go right into this first stitch right here, and we're going to put 2 half double crochets into that first stitch. 1 and 2. And into the next stitch, you're going to put 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2. And you're going to do that all the way around, 2 half double crochets in each stitch for a count of 20. Okay, so for your last 2, you're going to pull out your stitch marker, and then you're going to put your last 2 half double crochets right there. And now you've got 20. Then you're going to put your stitch marker right back where you just stopped. And that last half double crochet. Okay. Now you're going to go into your next stitch, and you're going to put 1 half double crochet, and in the next you're going to put 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2, and then in the next stitch you're going to put 1 half double crochet, And in the next, you're going to put 2. And that's your repeat for this round, 1 and 2. So go into your next stitch, put 1 half double crochet, go into the next and put 2. And you should have a stitch count of 30 when you get to the end of this round. Okay, so we're at our last 2 stitches, so we'll put our 1 half double crochet there. We'll pull out our stitch marker, and you should stop on your last 2 half double crochets right there where your stitch marker was. So if you counted correctly, you should end on 2 half double crochets. And now, like I said, you should have a stitch count of 30. Okay, so put your stitch marker back. And now we're just going to do rounds and rounds of half double crochets. Now you might think that you haven't done enough increases, if you know about increases and decreases, to make a decent size bag. But this is exactly the way I did it for my video, for the thumbnail pictures that you see of the cinch bag. So it should be quite big enough. It's going to get bigger as you go around. So like I said, you're just going to go around and do 1 half double crochet in each stitch, just like this. I'll do 1 round with you. And like I said, you need 11 of these now. So you just go around and put 1 half double crochet, and then when you get to your stitch marker, you'll take your stitch marker out, put your last half double crochet, and that will count for 1 round. And then you just place it back. Okay, so we just hit our last stitch, so we can pull out that stitch marker, and I worked it in there anyway because there was enough room. And so then you would just put your stitch marker right back where you just put your last stitch, and then you would just keep doing your half double crochets all the way around until you get a total of 11 rows of those single half double crochets all the way around. Okay, so when you get done with that, we'll meet back up again. So just pause the video and get your rows done, and I'll see you in just a second. Okay, so you should have finished your 11 rows of half double crochet. You still have your stitch marker right here, and all you're going to do now is slip stitch to your next stitch to close that off. Okay, just like that. Pull out your stitch marker, and now you're going to chain up 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're going to skip your next stitch and do a double crochet into the next. Then you're going to chain 1, skip your next stitch, and do a double crochet in the next. And again, chain 1, skip your next stitch, and do a double crochet in the next. Chain 1, skip your next stitch, and do a double crochet in the next. So you're just going to keep doing that all the way around and doing a double crochet. And so then you're going to chain 1. You've only got 1 stitch left, so we're going to skip that one, and then you're going to count up to the 3rd chain up, and you're going to do a slip stitch. So 1, 2, 3, go into that 3rd chain up, and do a slip stitch right there, and that ends that row. Okay, so this is where we're going to put our long chains to cinch this bag together. So now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. That counts as your first double crochet. And then you're going to go right into this space right here and put a double crochet. Then you're going to go right into the top of this double crochet and put a double crochet. And into the space, a double crochet. And into the top of this one, a double crochet. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way around. So into the space, you'll do a double crochet, and then into the top of the previous double crochet, you'll do a double crochet. Okay, So just keep doing that all the way around, and we'll meet back up when we get close to the end. So we're on our last few stitches. So now what you're going to do is, just like you've been doing, do your double crochet in the space, a double crochet on top of the previous double crochet, and then your last stitch should be a double crochet in this space right here. And then you're going to slip stitch into your top of your first chain of 3 that you did, okay? Just like that. And now you're going to do one more row of double crochets all the way around. So you'll chain 3, and then in each stitch around, you're going to put 1 double crochet. So you just do that all the way around, a double crochet in each stitch. Okay, so we're close to the end here. We just have 1 double crochet left. Put your last double crochet in there, and then again, you're going to slip stitch to the top of your first chain of 3. And now you can cut off. Make sure that you leave plenty of room to work your yarn in. And then you can just tie off your work, okay? So now I'm going to show you how to do the little pull ties that you need and how we're going to place them in here, okay? So I'm just going to take a different colored yarn, which is, and again, I'll put this in the description box below, but this is the same kind of yarn, the Baby Sport by Bernat, but we're not going to double it this time, and we're just going to do some chains so that we will have that for our pull bag. So let's just do a slip knot, and then we're going to chain 75. And then all you're going to do is you're going to do single crochets back down. So in the second chain from the hook, you're going to put a single crochet, and then you're just going to single crochet all the way back down, just like this. Okay, so when you get to the end, you're just going to put your last single crochet there, and then you're going to tie off, and you want to leave quite a bit because you're going to be working your puffs onto these. So I would just pull off like that, leaving a big long piece, and then you've got this long chain, okay? Now you're going to need 2 of these, and then what you're going to do, how you're going to work this in, okay? First of all, make sure that you put your puff on after you've all completed this. Put this in to your bag. So all you're going to do is weave this in and out, just like this, all along. Doesn't matter where you go in. Just in and out. Okay, and then right here, as you can see, I've got these strings hanging out. This is from our thing here. But right here is where I'm going to want to end, because I've got these 2 left right here. So this is my side that's going to stay open here. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to make another one exactly like I made this one, but you're going to go in here, right here where we stopped, and go in and out, go around to the other side. And then you would leave these 2 over here would be open so that you could pull them down. Okay, I hope that makes sense. But basically what you're doing is you're bringing in your other string right here, going through here, and then over here you'll have another open place so that you can pull on. Okay, so that's how you do that. And then I already have a puff ready. Like I said, I'll leave a video in the description box below if you don't know how to make a puff. But basically when you're done with a puff, you've got these 2 strings right here. So what I want you to do is take your darning needle. Okay, I'm going to make sure these are even because I'm going to put both of them onto my darning needle. Just like that. So I've got both strings on. And then I'm going to go through, okay, so these will be like this. Like that, so they'll be held together on the ends. And then I'm going to go through both sides like this. So I'm going in through this side, in through this side, and then I'm going to pull up like this, okay? And then I'm going to go in again, the other side, and then I'm going to use these two pieces that we left hanging, and I'm going to tie them together and make a knot. So I'll do it once, and then I'm going to do it twice. Just like that. And then I'm going to work all these ends here back into my project right here, and then I'm going to cut off because I want to make sure that they never come undone. If you feel comfortable after knotting with cutting, then you can, but I would suggest working them back up in to this piece right here, okay? And then you would do the other side just the same. Now, here are my little tips for doing these little puffs. Like I said, I would leave the video, but I wrap the yarn around my fingers several times. Then I take them off my fingers and I tie them in the middle, and then I cut until it gets really small and perfectly poofy like this one right here. And it takes a lot of cutting, okay? So just work in all your ends, get your other one in, and then you'll be able to pull them both, and then it'll just make a beautiful little party bag, Easter bag, whatever you want to use this for. It's absolutely easy, quick. I think this is great for beginners, and it just turns out lovely, okay? So here's this one right here that I finished, and like I showed you before, you just open the top, and then like this, okay? So these pieces have both been worked in on each side, like I was showing you. So this side over here is open, as you can see, coming out there. And this side over here is open, coming out over here, okay? So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Let me know if you have any questions or you need any help with anything. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Gmail, TikTok. It's all in the description box below. So if you need anything, let me know. And of course, you can just leave a comment right here on YouTube. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Happy crocheting. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.